Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome back once again to Coffee with HDR. Yay! Hey, good morning, everybody, and good morning to Bodine52, Bronco Ride. Let me scroll back up in this list here real quick, see if we got anybody else at the top there. Been talking to these two guys all morning long. It's been pretty exciting. They actually gave me a little fuel for the show this morning, so that's going to help us out. Good morning, Chuck. Good morning to Marcy, Paul, Rocky J, Tennessee Wingman. Good morning. Good morning, Henry. I spent a long evening with Mr. Henry or Enrique last night. You guys hear me okay? I'm going to look down here in the chat. Hopefully everything is running and we're doing okay. Good morning, Be the Rider PA. I know you're leaving soon, but you know what? Put me on your bike and put me in your Sena headset so you can listen to me as you are riding down the road. I think it's very critical, very, very critical. So good morning, HD AV Traveler, Roguelite Andy. Good morning. Andy, same with you, man. Put me on your Sena, put me in your helmet so you can hear me as you are driving to the flat track races. Today, these gentlemen are going to the flat track races. Good morning, Chad. Awesome to have you in there this morning also. We'll talk a little bit about Chad since last Saturday. Oh, good on the sound. Thank you, Bronco Ride. Thank you very much, because you guys know, well, these two guys know, they harass me so much. You know, it's sometimes you wonder when you call people brother or friend. You know, I told them, I said, it was about 7:15, and I said, guys, I got to go upstairs and get the computer on, see if everything's running, because remember I had trouble last week and had to use a laptop. So the guys did like the shot better, so I kind of adjusted the shot a little bit. I got the camera a little bit more squared up to me, so I think this is going to work out pretty well. I do got to move some equipment around on this desk because this is, I got so much gear up here, it's ridiculous. But good morning, Two Wheels, Mr. 117 cubic inch engine. Good morning to you, Harley 103. Devanan. I know I tore that name up, but good morning to you also. But yeah, so I told the guys, I said, look, I got two nice handlebars. Hey, thank you, Devon. I appreciate that very much. We'll talk about that a little bit this morning, and a little bit more recap on it, a little bit more updates about the handlebars. Trying to think when that, oh yeah, I guess that video did roll, yesterday. Isn't that terrible as a moto blogger? You're like, when did I put that video out? That happens, guys. I mean, we produce a lot of content. So, but yeah, so good morning. But yeah, the guys are actually harassing me. They said, wait, you never get ready early. You don't do that. You don't get ready early in the morning. But I did work on my iMac, is what I'm running this show off of. It's a 27-inch iMac. You know, I've had it for, I guess, since 2015. So, you know, last Saturday morning I came up here, it was all locked up. It wouldn't do anything. So I had a heck of a time with it, and I moved over to my laptop just because the show must go on. You have to produce the show in the mornings. That's you guys and girls expect, you know, Saturday morning coffee with HDR. So, I mean, and I was going to do the show. But so I came up, I guess that was on Saturday after Chad was here. Chad and his wife Debbie were here, and we spent a big chunk of the day together. And they get to know a lot about HDR, stuff that hopefully he never tells anybody. Not bad stuff, just stuff when on a personal level, when you get to hang out with somebody for the day, there's a lot of communications that take place that, you know, the general public in YouTube land or social media may never know about you. Just as when we was on the trip with Bronco Ride and with Podine and our wives, we know a lot about each couple now that, you know, nobody would ever know. You know, like Bob's not going to ever talk about when he was, 15, when he, oh no, wait, I can't say it. And Bronco Ride will never talk about, you know, when he came from and he moved here from, see, you'll never know that either. So there's things that happen, and that just kind of work out that way. So is that an Indian in the background? Can you guys see that right there? You can see the Indian, the front of it. See the Indian? Yes, it is. That is. That is actually the Indian vintage. It looks like the Indian vintage is kind of, to me, it's Indian's replica or Indian's idea of the Road King. Same kind of bike, same build. But yeah, it is Paul. So good catch on your part. And Paul, I think you ride a bike just like that. Actually, your bike is pretty close to that. Mrs. HDR, you can't see it on there, and I can't turn that monitor around, but it has a brown leather seat with brown fringe, and it's red. And that is the exact bike that Mrs. HDR would like to have in the garage as a second bike. Good morning, Toby. Good to see you in there. Is HDR straying from Harley? HDR will always be HarleyDayRider, Bodie, and you know that. I'll always have a Harley Davidson motorcycle in my garage. Can there be other brands? Never know. Maybe one day, but it's going to be a long time away. We talked about last night, myself, her, and Henry. We chatted about that. We were actually out last night sitting outside on a patio. Well, it was actually, I guess, a deck, a wooden deck with a roof on it, whatever you call that. And listened to one of my old friends that playing guitar, and he was singing at an outside venue, like an outside bar. We had dinner, and we drank, a few drinks, a few beers together, and we talked about the Indian stuff and looking around. Henry's a good friend of mine. He said, "You know what, bud?" He said, "Anywhere you want to go, pick up one." He said he has his truck. We can, or I can take my car and put a trailer on it, go pick it up. So. Mary found a couple in North Carolina. She found a couple in South Carolina. So we'd like to find something from 2014 up. I told her if I paid my bike off, I want to buy a new one. So she wasn't too thrilled about that, but she is thrilled about finding a used one, and she doesn't have a problem. She said basically I could buy it whenever I want. So her words, not mine. She's not watching because she's in the shower, so I am safe. So that's a good thing. Let's see. Good morning, Ricky. Good. Nice to have you in there. And I said, Toby, good morning to you. Toby's getting his good mornings out there. Wonderful. So that is the general census of a second motorcycle. A lot of you know I was looking at Royal Enfield. I love Royal Enfield. If I bought a Royal Enfield right now, it would be the Himalayan because I think it's different than what I have now. It's as Bronco Ride says, it's an adventure bike. So it'll do both. It does street and dirt really, really well. So not that I see me as a dirt rider. I'm getting a little older. Bronco Ride is about 10 years younger than myself and Bodine. He's a very young man. He's very athletic. So he can deal with a lot more dirt. I would like to ride stuff like when I go down those rides and sometimes I hit a gravel road and I turn around. Well, that would allow me to go down that road and see what's out there, right? Kind of adventure around. That's why it's called an adventure bike, right? To do a little bit adventuring. Not so much going out and hitting the dirt trails like Payne's Ride does. If you haven't watched Payne's Rides, check out his channel. I think it'd be very interesting. He does a lot of dirt riding, but he has dirt bikes. And I don't see me doing that. Again, Payne's Rides is probably on the line of he's a young man like Colin, so they both are more athletic. I'm getting old, We've been working on our basement for the past week, and I'll tell you about that. So here's some private look behind the scenes of HDR. So myself and Mrs. HDR are getting ready to, and I don't know if you ever heard of this. We're heading out to get our services done at HD, getting ready for the Worldwide Poker Run. Toby, I thought the Worldwide Poker Run already started. Or is that August? That's August, huh? August 20th. I was watching John Maxwell, and he was saying he's having a big parking lot party. I thought it was July 20th, but I guess it's August 20th is now what I'm thinking about it. That would make sense with Sturgis going on. So anyway, we're getting good morning, Wind Road Therapy. Good morning to you. But we are getting ready to have a indoor French drain put into our house. We had an outdoor French drain put on the house probably 15 years ago. And the guy told us that those last about 10 years and then you should redo them. So we're not going to dig up the front of our house because we have We have a front deck on our house, and I built this deck. It is 24 feet long and 15 feet wide or out. So 24 feet across the front of the house and 15 feet out. Why did I build it so big? Because I had a case of stupids, right? It's sensational to go out there and sit, to go out there and have guests over, and hang out on your front deck. And man, it's really nice to have that. Here's the downside. When you got to paint that thing, that's a pain, man. It takes me like 2 days to get it painted, or stained, because we like to stain the wood, right, to keep it preserved. Let's see. We end August 6th at the Buffalo Chip. Okay. Yeah, I knew it was coming up pretty soon. Ricky is getting ready for our Colorado ride. Praying for some decent weather. Yeah, the weather's going to be the big thing, especially that worldwide poker run, you guys. I hope you guys, and we're praying for good weather for you folks the whole way through. I mean, just beautiful weather and nice. So let's get back to the basement. So they're putting this indoor French drain in, right? So we had a couple rooms built down there, but the rooms are built against the outside walls of the basement. So what happens is they have to dig with a jackhammer and dig up all the concrete along all the edges of the basement, all 4 walls, okay? So myself and Miss HDR started down there Monday, and we started down there ripping the walls out, tearing the walls out, tearing the studding out, burning stuff, carrying things. And I mean, it's just been absolutely horrible. I mean, the workload that we're doing. And Henry actually called me the other day, and we talk all the time, right? And he says, well, man, why didn't you just have them do it? And I said, well, we could have, right? But the price goes up in very rapidly, especially when people are coming in to do a job and you introduce something to them that they don't want to do. So they said, yeah, we could take those walls and everything out for, an extra $5,000. So we saved ourselves $5,000 by doing ourselves. It was some hard labor. Luckily, and see, this is something that the American public will never see, but I sent Bob a picture actually of Mrs. HDR actually using a Sawzall and cutting the lumber. So here's something you should not do with a Sawzall. Be very careful. Now, Sawzall, if you don't know what this is, I don't have a picture of it here. Maybe I can get a picture of it. For those that don't know what a Sawzall is, I'm going to show you this tool because it's probably one of the best tools I ever bought, especially for demolition in a house. I think it's absolutely awesome. Maybe I can show you this one. Let's see if I can show you this. Well, I don't want to show you that ad. Naturally not. Let me show you this here. Let me show you what a Sawzall is, because you're going to get the general idea that when I tell you about this, what I'm talking about. So here you go. Okay. Watch your back, HDR. Who's back here? Anyway, so that's a Sawzall. Okay, that's a cheap Sawzall. I mean, I bought a really decent one years and years ago. Bodine said, Mrs. HDR is a keeper. Good morning, Jim. Good morning, the Badgers. Good to have you in there, man. We were talking about your worldwide poker run. And I know the Frosty's Traveler, good morning. I know the poker run is closed. You can't get into it now, but it's going to be absolutely awesome. So this is a Sawzall on your screen. All right. So here's what you got to be careful with when you're using a Sawzall is, first of all, Miss HDR loves a Sawzall. She cuts everything, man. So she's now back burning all this old lumber from these rooms, these 2 rooms that we ripped out of our basement because, we have to rebuild now. So it's going to be a process, but that's okay. I mean, I don't mind rebuilding the house. I think it's an investment over a long period of time that's going to pay off. So there's one wall in this small bathroom that we had, okay, that we had to take out, that we used this bathroom for when we had the pool. And we used it now like for garage party. You come in the basement door, you can use the bathroom downstairs. Well, so the one side, there's the shower and there's the sink, right? The basin. And, well, there's copper pipes going to these. So you're learning, you're getting to my point here. What happened was she's down there burning stuff, right? And I'm in there with the Sawzall trying to cut around these pipes. Well, I was cutting a piece of the wall out, and I'm going through, and I hear, psst. I'm like, what the heck was that? Psst. I was like, I don't know. Psst. I was like, oh my God, there was water shooting everywhere. It shot through the basement. It shot all over my tool bags. It was like running across the floor. And I'm like, oh Lord, shut the water off. So I ran over to the hot water tank, and I shut the water off. What's behind me on the wall? Custom Dynamics. You guys see that? There's no spider back here, is there? Hold on. I got to turn around now. What? Who's back here? There's nobody back here. Okay. So anyway, so I ran over to the hot water tank. I shut the hot water off, right? It's still going, right? Because there's pressure in the tank, right? There's still pressure being introduced in the tank. Or I shut off the wrong knot. I don't know. So I finally ran over to the other side of the basement, shut the main water off, and it went psh. So I went down and told Miss HDR and Power Tools good mix. Franco, you're right. So I go down and I tell Miss HDR, I said, oh, man, I said, I did it. I did a crap thing, man. I said, I am just so, I can't believe I did. I was paying such good attention to those pipes. I knew they were there. I could see them. We had the wall opened up. So we get that, and she's like, what are you going to do? I said, well, I'm going to get down the bottom of the hill. We have a hardware store. I'm going to buy some things called shark bites. If you guys never seen a shark bite, and if you ever work on copper pipe, remember that name, shark bite. So they're solderless connectors. Okay. You don't need any solder on copper with these connectors because they're like self-sealing. They're cool. I mean, absolutely worth it. So I go down. Oh yeah, absolutely. We carry those. They said HDR. They're right over on that, right? Because they call me HDR. They know me. They're a local company. They know what I do, you know, for motovlogs. And I said, oh, great. So I go over. They have 3/4. They had 1/2 inch, or no, 3/4, 1 inch, and 1/4. Well, all my pipes are 1/2 inch. So what happened was I had to go up to Lowe's. Now, Lowe's is something we have in Pennsylvania. I don't know if you have it where you live. So and she goes, yeah, you got to fix this because, like, I mean, we're like, by now, we are just like filthy dirty because we're doing construction work, right? So imagine that, right? Two educators doing construction work, probably something we shouldn't even be doing. But we've done a lot of it together, a lot of demolition, and we don't mind it. It's like This Old House. Did you ever see on TV the episode This Old House where the husband and wife do a lot of the work together, right? We put our own kitchen in. Yeah, it took us 6 months. But we have a pretty nice kitchen, and we did all of it ourselves. So, is it? That's what Miss HR says. People always say that's so rewarding when you do it yourself. She goes, that's really bullshit, and it kind of is because it is a lot of work, especially when you go to work every day and you come home. You're like, oh man, I got to put 4 or 5 hours into that kitchen, you know, or whatever you're working on. Good morning, Javis Biker. Salty and Sprinkles, good morning. Just going through my dilemma of reconstructing a room here in the basement or get the basement redone. So she's like, well, we got to get showers because, I mean, we're filthy, right? So we have to. So she said, you got to fix it. So I call Lowe's. This is what Lowe's said. Yep. We normally carry those in aisle 15. Well, do you have any? Well, we should have. I don't see why we wouldn't have any in aisle 15. All right. So I get in the car and go out. Sure enough, they have them. So I bought 5 of them, right? And these things aren't cheap. These little caps, the shark bite cap, in comparison to a copper plug that you put on, you know, you cap a copper pipe with, because I cut the pipes off. The ones you solder, they're like $1.50, maybe. These ones are like $8 a piece, but there's no soldering, and they are well worth it. You stick it on there, tap it with a hammer, it's done. It's over with. Turn the water back on, everything was working. So, but our kitchen is 1,000,000 pieces from our million paces from our freezer. Oh, you're battling the insurance. Oh, okay, from your freezer messing up. So your kitchen's a mess now. I get it. So yeah, good morning, Bolt Bucket. Good to have you in there. Nice to have all you folks coming in there this morning for my little saga of the basement. So I did get the pipes capped off, and you know, we had to do it anyway. It was going to have to be done either sooner or later. I was hoping it would be the day after I cut all the wood out, but when you cut through the pipe with a Sawzall, you know, I say life gives you water, you cap it, right? You had to cap it off. So good morning, Dusty in the Wind. Good morning, everybody. Just popping in for a few minutes. About to get on the road to Kentucky. Buddy, we were just in Kentucky and watch my videos. The whole video series, I did it a little different this year on the video series. Most people know that when myself and Miss HDR go on vacation, we post a video every night at the hotel. That takes away from your vacation. You guys know, a lot of you guys are moto vloggers. So you get to the hotel, you pull your footage from the day, right? It could be 15 to 40 clips, depending on what you film through the day, right? Because you're riding for 8 or 9 hours a day. You pull all that footage, you compile it up, and you put it onto the computer. You edit everything. You get it down to your, 7 to 11 minutes, right? That's our sweet spot, moto vlogging, 7 to 11. And you render it. And then you have to upload it with this internet that's like, 0.002 megabits per second. Now, if you don't know what that means, take your syrup bottle, or better yet, take a honey bottle. Take a bottle of honey, put it in your refrigerator, okay, for a day. Take it out, turn it upside down, and let it drip out. That's how fast the internet service is in these hotel rooms. And it is absolutely, I do this for a living. I teach technology now, but I did technology for 25 years. All they're doing is they want more of this, right? If you pay us $20, we'll give you high-speed internet. Come on, just give everybody high-speed internet. I don't see what the problem is. It's not costing them any more to provide that internet service. So, but Paul, you're right. It's way slow. So that means it takes 4 days to upload. You're right, Bolt. Yeah, it takes 4 days. So what was happening was I would do these videos as soon as we get in the room. Like Miss HDR would start, maybe getting a shower, getting ready for dinner or whatever. And I'd be sitting there editing these videos for the day. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. You get it, right? So 14-day trip, 14 days worth of videos, and I'd be doing all this editing. Once I got it done, I hit render, and we would go to dinner. Okay, come back, it would be rendered. Perfect. Start your upload, go to bed, wake up in the morning. If it's not done, some days it held us up, right? She likes to get out of the hotel room by no later than 8 o'clock. You want to be on the road to your next destination. Well, what happened was some mornings it would still be uploading until like 10. So you'll be like pushing it till checkout to go because you got to have that video uploaded. So anyway, so this year what happened was, I used to be a commercial beekeeper and Chuck was. Oh, okay. Rocky J, good morning. Heading out to, Can-Ams and the back and blue ride today. Hey, enjoy yourself, Rocky. And you know what? Ride safe, my friend. Ride safe. And ride your own ride out there. These big events, when you're riding and you're pushing each other and everything else, don't let people push you, guys. Ride your own ride. So that is very important. So anyway, this year, the series, you're going to notice, and I know a lot of people have been emailing me saying, hey, HDR, where's all those series videos, man? We want to watch them. We thought you would do them all like within 2 weeks as soon as you get home. They'd be every day. And I could have done that, but I think it's more interesting if I roll it as a Sunday video. So every Sunday at 8 a.m., you will see one of our videos come out from the trip, okay? The first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first 5 videos coming out. Today, actually, day number 4 comes out. Tomorrow, I'm sorry. And that is still at the cabin with Bronco Ride and with Bodine. So now if you think, I seen Broncos or I seen Bodines, I got the idea. I know what you guys did. They're all different. All 3 of us shot different perspectives. We do that when we're together. We all 3 put different stuff in. I film stuff that those guys don't even know I have. And it's in the video. So tomorrow's video coming out is when we are actually riding with the wives to go to the Harley shop. And I have footage in there that these guys don't even know I shot of them bantering back and forth, talking to each other. There's just a lot of good content. I think you're going to love it. But anyway, so there's that. That's that. I'm just trying to read through the comments as we're going on here. It's almost 10 p.m. Saturday here. Bolt, where are you located at? You must be, yeah, where are you? Did you film me when I was sleeping? I was going to. I opened Bronco Rod's door. Let's just say he sleeps. He sleeps in a manner that you cannot film. I'll just let it go at that. Let your mind imagine what that is. Because I popped the GoPro in there. It's like, can't do that. It's nice seeing them all wave together. Everyone has their own personality. Yeah, you're right, Bolt. Everybody does have their own personality, and we all have our own take on the trip. There was just a lot of amazing times that you can spend on a vacation, and one of the here's the funny thing. Okay, outside of Bodine, Bodine 52. Why is my eye? Oh, this one. I got something in it there. Wait a minute. Makeup. Come here. Fix my face. Fix my face. Yeah, it's glowing. Yeah, my face is glowing. Anyway, so myself and Bronco Ride, we didn't have internet on our phones. We had no cell service, and we didn't care. Our phones pretty much stayed in our pocket. We didn't worry about it. So Bodine 52 comes out, and he has this satellite phone. Have you ever seen those? They use them in the military. The CIA has them. They can be like out in, the middle of the desert in the Far East, going like, yes, the coordinates are 772 north 554. Fire to effect. Fire. Well, Bodine has one of these satellite phones, so he had internet the whole time. He's like, I'm commenting on my videos. He's Instagramming and me and Colin was just enjoying each other's company. And we're like, Bob, can you put the phone away? Bob's like, no, I got internet and I'm commenting. I'm commenting on my videos. So anyway, that is true. That's true, right? Right, Bronco Rod. See, he had a satellite phone. So and we said, well, can you share some of the internet? He's like, no, I can't share any of my internet. It's my internet. I don't share my internet. No, so. But what was really funny, now I'll give it to this. So Bodine's wife, Mrs. Bodine 52, she had to talk to her daughter and her parents, right? So it was a necessity that she had to reach out, and that's fine. But and Mrs. HDR and Mrs. Bronco Ride, on the other hand, were out there on the deck holding their phones up in the air, trying to get, I got one bar. I got a bar. My text went through. My text went through. I'm like, oh my Lord, really? But I don't know who they were texting, or what they were looking for. I guess Mrs. HDR was texting her daughters. And we do like to reach out to our kids. My daughter actually called the cabin because there was a landline phone that you can use. You couldn't call out because they have like a 20-minute long distance plan, which I get it. They don't use that cabin all the time, right? And when you go there, do you really want to call anybody? Probably not. But my daughter would call in once a day just to check on us to make sure we're still living and breathing and everything, and make sure she didn't have to cash out the insurance policies. No, that's not true. But anyway, yeah. So see, and yeah, Bodine must be on his bike already. Oh no, there he is. He said all lies. It's not all lies. It was all true. But anyway, he thought we were jealous. I said, no, man. I said, dude, you're like a teenager. It's like, I'm commenting on my videos. Like, would you stop for a little bit? Take a week off, brother. So, no, anyway. But no, other than that, it worked out really good. Like I said, we had no internet. We had no cell phone service. All we had was each other. And it was pretty cool. I mean, it was like, to me, it was like one of the old early episodes. If you ever watched them, and you might laugh, you'll be like, oh man, that HDR is an old guy. I can't watch his crap anymore. The old show, the Waltons, the original ones, when they didn't have a phone in the house, it was just one family living up on a mountaintop with each other. That's all you had. So we had each other. I care about people to follow our channels, Jack. Bodine, I care also, and you know that. But and it was funny because we'd put the phones on the motorcycles, and as soon as we rode into town, all you'd hear is tink, ding, tink, bonk, 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 ding, ding, bonk, bonk, ding, ding, tink. All these notifications come up on your phone from all over the place. It was awesome. But hey, even YouTubers, any of you guys, I know a lot of you guys are YouTubers. Sometimes you got to take a little retreat and take a break. Put your phone down, post a video. You don't have to post a video and be sitting watching when the comments come in. You don't have to do that. Because you know what? YouTube's pretty good. They hold those comments for you until you're ready to reply. And then they hold them anyway. So they hold them forever. But I'm just trying to let you know. They were texting off camera to Walton. You know, why you hurt me so bad with the wall? You know, myself and Miss Rachel, I made her go to Schuyler, Virginia one time because I wanted to go to see where they filmed the Waltons. I wanted to go see the Waltons' house, right? Big brain. Well, I went there, and you can actually see Earl Hamner's house, right, where he grew up, his childhood home. The Waltons' house was modeled after his, but obviously they added more rooms because he didn't have that many people in his family, as many as the Waltons had. And they did not film any of it in Schuyler, Virginia. But they do have a museum there, Walton's Museum. It's in an old schoolhouse. So if you ever watch the Waltons, I'd recommend go to Schuyler, Virginia. If not for that, go for the hard apple cider because there's a lot of breweries there that brew hard apple cider that we found. Also wine and beer. We had a great time. Bodine, I am not older than you. You are actually, Bodine is actually 4 days younger than I am. 4 days, right? Just agree with me. Say 4 days. I'm just kidding there. Anyway, let's see. My Colorado trip will be videoed, but I won't post any of them until I get home. Ricky, that's a great thing to do. Like I said, I used to do those, man, every night at the hotel, and it gets hard. I mean, I used to have an old laptop. I carried an old 11-inch laptop because it was easy to throw in the tour pack. It fit very nice, but it is very old. This year I took a 13-inch a MacBook Air, and man, I'd highly recommend the MacBook Air DaVinci Resolve. It will render a video. It will render a 15-minute video in 6 to 7 minutes. I mean, boom. I mean, it's rendered. So a MacBook Air with DaVinci Resolve can't go wrong. It's 13-inch. It fits right in the tour pack. So it is awesome. So, but anyway. So let's see. We talked about construction. We talked about the cabin, camping. We talked about the vacation a little bit just to give you guys an idea. So please, please, please watch my vacation videos every Sunday at 8 a.m. And the videos I'm running on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, you haven't seen the Wednesday ones yet. That's a whole new series that I'm working on in my head. But Tuesdays and Thursdays are going to be now videos, riding around here, doing different things with different people, recording that. I took a ride last Sunday after I got the bars installed. We'll talk about that next. So after I got the bars installed on Saturday, I took a 220-mile ride on Sunday because I wanted to get used to them. I wanted to start get my arms to feel like different on the bike. So a lot of you know from last Saturday, we talked about it, and it worked out. It's not Schuyler, Virginia. It's 128 Treetop Loop. Yeah, that's what I'm sorry. Not Schuyler. You're right. Yeah, Schuyler. Schuyl. Thanks, Triglide. Yeah, that's what it is. Not Schuyler, Virginia. I always say that wrong. I guess it's pronounced Schuyler, Virginia. Good morning, Cody. Nice to have you on board there this morning. Bolt Bucket, good morning. Triglide, good morning to you. Thanks for popping in there and correcting that. You leave next Friday, Doug, for 17 days, 63,000 miles out to Idaho and back. That's going to be an awesome ride. I do have a lot of Chrome coming through. I'm just reading some of these comments as you guys are posting these things this morning. Thank you for those. But yeah, that trip's going to be awesome. That's a lot of miles you're going to lay down. 6,300 miles. Make sure, Doug, what I would suggest you, if you're not taking the oil and oil filter with you when you do that many miles, somewhere on your trip, have a Harley shop planned out and let them know about when you're going to be there and have them do your 5,000 mile service. Because if not, by the time you get back, you're going to be over that service. I don't know if your bike's under warranty, but that will throw your bike out of the warranty loop, or it could. So have your bike serviced on the road. I mean, we've done it before. It's pretty simplistic. Most shops will get you in and out. They know you're traveling in no time. They can do an oil change, go over the bike real quick, and be done. So just putting that out there. That's my suggestion to you from somebody that's done a lot of traveling, over the years. All right. I'm 47. The chrome is hitting me hard. You're 47. I wish I was 47 again. The chrome is hitting me hard. So you don't like chrome? Is that what you're trying to say there, Cody? You're not much into the chrome stuff? So anyway, so let's back up then, guys and girls on here. Let's back up to last Saturday. So last Saturday, I did this show with everybody. We sat here. We had the same conversations, just like today. We was able to chit-chat with each other. And the old age stuff, chrome. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I get it. Chrome, like this chrome. I get it now. The chrome's been hit. 47. That's probably about when I start getting a little gray. But I get it. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Cody. I'm sorry. I'm a little slow this morning, man. I'm just waking up. Believe me, I had a long, bad night. Don't ever eat. Now, we went out last night. I told you with Henry and myself and Mrs. HDR. So we go out. We met at the local motorcycle hangout here down the road. And we didn't take the bikes off. We took the cars. But anyway, that's because if I'm going to drink more than 1 or 2 beers, I'm not going to take the motorcycle. If I drink more than 1, I'm not taking the bike. But Henry ordered wings, and I thought, man, that sounds like a really good idea. Yeah, it was. They were really tasty. Man, they were yummy. And I like garlic wings, and I like hot wings. And about 3 o'clock this morning, my body said, wake the hell up because you're trying to kill me. And my body repented against me. Man, I had heartburn so bad, I thought I was going to flip over and die. It was horrible. And I got new medicine from the doctors for that. And here's what they tell you with that medicine. Take this 30 minutes before you're going to eat something hot. So you have to have a plan. You have to know. I didn't know I was buying wings until Henry ordered them. I was like, man, that really sounds good. So I did the same. And so, yeah, I've been up since like 3 o'clock this morning. So if you say, boy, HDR, you got a couple bags under your eyes, that might be why. I did nap in the chair for about a half hour. But I had to watch Colin's new video this morning. And it is awesome. It is awesome. Everything you want to know about the Pan America and how he decided what parts to buy for it and how he is super pissed off because everything is back ordered in America right now because I don't know why. I don't know because there's no workers. People blame it on there's no truck drivers now. There's nobody to deliver the parts to the stores. Manufacturers are not manufacturing up to par yet. I mean, come on, guys. It's been a year. Get the factories running, okay? It's not that big of a deal, right? Fire the factories back up. If you can't find workers, offer them $30 an hour. There'll be people blowing your door down to build these parts because Colin needs his motorcycle parts for his Pan America. He has them ordered. He's like, it's going to be a back order until October. That's just ridiculous, man. And I think he did hit one nail on the head. He said that Harley does this all the time. They build a production bike. They put it out there like, oh, do you think it's going to sell? I don't know, Vern. Do you think it's going to sell? I don't know. Hey, Joe, yeah, do you think that new motorcycle is going to sell? Well, yeah, it might sell. Well, hey, Joe, that's the new CEO. Hey, don't build too many aftermarket parts for that bike yet because we don't know if anybody's going to buy it. We might have to strip all those down. We might have to give it a whole new company name, like Electro Bike, and nobody will buy them. So we got to be careful. Don't build any extra parts for those. Now, what they should do is, and I don't know who buys aftermarket parts. I mean, Colin has a design in his head that he's building, and that's wonderful. I don't know if everybody does that, but you know what? If you build 500 motorcycles, build 500 saddlebags, build 500 kick plates, build 500 whatever other parts he was putting on there, build 500 of them for the 500 motorcycles. Because eventually you're going to build 500 more motorcycles and people are going to buy those parts. It's pretty, and if you own a Harley Davidson, you're going to buy it. Everybody on this channel right now knows that to be the case, right? And you're welcome, Bronco Rod. So Harley, if you're listening to this show this morning, first, any Harley Davidson representatives in here from Milwaukee, listen to me. I know what I'm talking about. People that own your motorcycles, we don't like what you ship from the factory. We think it's shit, okay? And we are going to totally rebuild it. So that's just the way it is. We don't like your seats. We don't like your handlebars. We don't like your kickstands. We don't like your gas tanks. We don't like your paint jobs. We might like your paint jobs. We don't like your seats. We don't like your sissy bars. So basically what Harley should do is sell the frame with an engine. That's what we should buy. Right, guys? Buy the frame with the engine. Everything else should be aftermarket, right? None of this should come with it. So the bike, the Pan America, should be the frame and the engine, and they sell it to you for $5,000. Brain is always working. $5,000. So, and they do that, and then what happens is once they do that, we're going to buy aftermarket parts because we don't like anything that Harley produces, and that's just. And I have a video coming out about that, guys. And it's a little precursor. I just shot it the other day. I was out, and it's like the truth of it is, if you find some, and I was this guy. Bodine was this guy. I'm going to leave his bike completely stock, Jack. I'm not going to put anything on it. Calls me 3 days later. Changed the pipes. 2 days after that, I bought a Mustang seat. 4 days after that, I bought new handlebars. 5 days after that, I bought 2 new windshields. Because we don't leave it stock. Nobody leaves a Harley Davidson stock. People leave the Honda Goldwing stock. Look at Mike Hilly 7. He jumps on it and rides the damn thing. He don't care, right? Ride it until it dies. I mean, most of it's plastic. It's going to fall apart soon anyway, so don't worry about that. And he knows that. He says it, his Honda Goldwing is plastic. And, 90% of it's plastic. So anyway, that's my rant for this morning. Glad you guys enjoyed it. But yeah, everybody knows that. So I'm just looking through the comments here. Show sponsored by Indian Motorcycle. No, because Indian does the same damn thing. Indian does the same thing. I know a lot of Indian owners, and they change everything. Everything. I don't know. I don't know why we do that. We just, Miss HDR said, hey, I bought a brand new Honda CRV. She goes, you know what? I think I'm going to buy, I think I'm going to get some. She goes, I won't change a damn thing on that car. She said, I'll have that car for 3 years, and she'll trade it in on another new CRV, and she won't change anything on that one either. So, but you're right, Bolt. Make it your own. Someone get him some coffee. I got coffee. Calm down. Wait. Coffee break. I hope you like that rant. But you guys believe that's not really. You're right, Bolt. Who leaves anything stock? You're right. And the best person in the world is going to buy a motorcycle and say, I'm not going to do anything to this motorcycle. You are full of crap. Don't even talk like that. That is absolutely horrible talk. You're lying. Why do you lie to your friends, right? You tell them, hey, I'm going to buy this motorcycle, and next week there'll be $8,000 worth of new parts on this bitch. Yeah, there'll be new parts on it before I repair her off. I'll have $8,000 more in her. Probably in 2 weeks. You're right, Marcy. I've been up since 3 o'clock. I'm on a roll. But can't get good aftermarket parts for Indians. Yeah, Paul, I don't know why that is either. Custom Dynamics, right here. See this? See this crew right here? Custom Dynamics. Check out their website. They just opened up a ton new Indian lights, Indian LED part lights. So check them out. I was on their site yesterday checking it out. So anyhow, maybe need some whiskey in the car. No, the whiskey will come out. No, the beer will come out tomorrow night don't forget, Fireside Chat with the Boys tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to have Moto Blonde on. Moto Blonde. So you don't have to ask what channel it's going to be on now, right? Moto Blonde is female, so it will be on Bodine 52's channel. Okay, that's where we'll be. No, I'm just kidding. I always pull the strings. But anyway, singing is the best part of waking up for HDR in the morning. Thanks, man. Let's talk the last 15 minutes I got about to talk a little bit about these handlebars, about Chad. So last Saturday, the show was over. Boom, 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 boom. I hear a truck pulling in my driveway. It was Chad. Harley is the best. Oh, Mrs. HDR. Here, I got to bring up Mrs. HDR's comment because she is now out of the shower and listening. I got to be nice and say really nice, wonderful things about my lovely wife. Harley is the best at marketing. I bought a new car, see, and haven't upgraded anything, and I don't want 1 million miles on it in my first year. See, I told you, guys, I wasn't lying. She bought a brand new CRV. She's not going to replace anything, and you know, we keep checking the miles. You know, Anthony was up here the other day. He has a 2019. He said, I got almost 60,000 miles on my bike. I was 2019. I think he said 60,000. I'm pretty sure he did say, he might have said 50. No, maybe 60. Whew. I know he ain't on. He's on his trip. They're going to flat track races. I made my own seat, my own saddle bag set up, and my own sissy bar. Cost me about $60. This is the great American inventor right here, gentlemen and ladies. I made my own seat, my own saddle bag set up, and my own sissy bar. Cost me about $60. Bolt, that is amazing, man. Perfect. Thank you very much. Everybody say good morning to Mrs. HDR. She is in the house here watching, so now I have to be very careful what I say. Because, you know, plus she listens downstairs. She's downstairs. She can hear me from above. I'm in the computer room upstairs. Anyway, so last Saturday, so a truck pulls in. Boom, 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 boom. I go outside. I put my clothes on. Well, I mean, I have clothes on to do the show. Don't think I sit here without clothes on. That would be stupid. So I go outside, and Chad and his wife, Debbie's out there. And I said, hey, good morning, guys. They're like, yeah, we had our breakfast, and we came over, and he had all of his tools, and he carried all his tools down, and oh, man, he was ready to work. So I pulled the car out. I pulled the bike over. We put it into its little place where I work on it, which is the center bay of my garage, because I keep it on the third bay of the garage, and I don't want to work next to a wall. That would be silly. So he is never careful about what he says. I am always careful about what I say. Everybody in this show knows that I say the only absolute truth. Truth, justice, and the American way. That's me. Anyway. See? Paul says, get that Indian, Mrs. HDR. She's the one pushing the Indian. She will tell you. She is in the Indian Revolution. So anyway, so we pull the bike over. We start looking, start taking things apart, pulling the grips off, taking the brake calipers off, not the calipers, taking the brake control off, the clutch control off, getting down to the bars, taking the cluster out. Anyway, let's fast forward. So we get to the point where he wants me to sit on the bike. I sit on the bike, and John, you're right. She is a very, very good woman. She's amazing. Did you ever see that little boy when he goes, there used to be a commercial that said amazingkids.org. Remember that? It was really good. It was an organization where you donate money to help kids. Well, I started a site. It's called amazingmrshdr.com because she's just, that's the way she is. So I know, and I should have her on the show in the mornings, but she'd be like, I mean, when makeup comes in, they only got time to do me before the show, and she would have to be done in makeup and hair because, my hair had to be done this morning. Look at that. Had to be done this morning, too. So anyway, IDR Moto Vlogs. I think it will stay HDR. I don't think I'll ever do another channel called IDR. Good idea, though, but I think we'll just have two different brand bikes under the HarleyDayRider logo. I don't know. We'll see how that works out. Hey, there's Henry saying good morning to Mrs. HDR. Buddy, we had a nice time with you last night too, man. It always makes it worth it when you're out with friends, and you're hanging out and listening to some good music and having a few cocktails and eating some hot wings that I shouldn't have eaten. So we fast forward a little bit. So we get to the point where Chad's like, jump up on the bike, man. Try the handlebars out. So I got him adjusted, right? And I pushed him full forward. Okay. And you didn't see this in the video because I couldn't edit it in anywhere. So I pushed him full forward and I said, man, that feels good. My elbows are actually locked. Okay. And I see guys riding like this. So maybe that's why I did it. He goes, the rain quit. Like it was storming. Like it was a typhoon up here. It was raining so hard. Like we had the garage doors open and water's coming, like blowing in the garage as where, I had to move the shop fans out of the way because they were getting wet. So anyway, so we get everything buckled back down. It quit raining. It was like somebody in the universe said, HDR needs to ride that bike. And it quit raining. I mean, it just shut off, right? Like Forrest Gump said, remember when he was in Vietnam, he said, it just stopped. It just stopped raining. Like it just quit. And so Chad's like, hey, jump on that bike and take it for a quick ride before I leave. I want to see if we got, do anything. I come back. He's like, well, what do you think, man? I thought it felt okay. I mean, but my arms are locked stiff out, man. It hurt my elbows like hell. And I said, you won't be too mad if I ask, because this guy's just, he did this on his own. He did it, as a favor, and just from knowing me from YouTube, helping me out there getting these bars on. So I said, would you mind if we can pull these back a little bit? Oh, not at all. So we pulled just a cluster on a Road Glide Ultra or on a Road Glide, okay? If you have I'm going to go off my deep end. If you have a bat wing fairing and not a shark nose, shark, baby shark. Oh, forget that. See, now that song's going to be in your head. If you ever heard Baby Shark, if not, look it up on YouTube. Play it once. Oh, it'll be in your head. We got grandkids, so we play it for them. Anyhow, so I said, all you have to do is, on a Road Glide, is take the cluster off, and the handlebars are right there. On a batwing fairing, you got to take the inner fairing off, the outer fairing off to get to the handlebars. Pain in the backside, okay? He's like, no problem. So we did that. He re-loosened the bars, and I pulled them back just a little bit. So now my elbows are just bent just a little bit, and it's just so much more comfortable to ride like that. So he did call me yesterday. He said, hey, HDR, he said, does those bars need any more adjusting? And right now, I told him I'm trying to get used to it. So right now, I'm kind of playing it to where it is. I mean, but what I want to do is sit on a Road Glide and see what the stock bars feel like. I want to see how far your arms are bent, in. I don't know, but it feels pretty good. I mean, you have to get used to your arms. They're now up. And somebody said, well, if they're above your heart, your fingers are going to go to sleep. Well, mine are not above my heart. Mine are not ape hangers. They're mini apes. So my hands are pretty much straight out from my shoulder where it should be. So you don't get that shoulder droop when you're riding many, many, many miles. So that is the whole entire handlebar saga. But like I said, then on Sunday I took it out and did 220 miles. That video will be coming out. Oh, probably if not this Tuesday or Thursday, it'll be next Tuesday or Thursday. The Wednesday videos are going to be something totally off the wall as I get them produced. Those are just little things I'm throwing in. And you'll see that when it comes up. Wednesday's either going to pertain to you or you're not going to give a crap about it. You'll be like, I don't really care about that kind of video. So you won't watch it. I mean, it's not one of these, big videos on motovlogging. So there's your precursor to those videos. But don't sing. I was thinking of singing. Yeah, that would be pretty good. Singing would be pretty good. Oh, you mean now? Don't sing. I'm not singing Baby Shark to you now. I'll save that, Bodine. How do you feel after 220 HDR? Paul, 220 miles is really not a lot of miles to ride. Myself and Miss HDR on our trip, the longest day we spent on the bike, we did 345 miles. This year was the longest one day. And we didn't take a break until after 160 miles. So if you guys laughed at my beads, at my seat beads, laugh all you want because they made all the difference in the world. We used to only be able to ride 90 to 100 miles. We'd have to get off and stretch. But they work on your pressure points on your butt, and your butt is not flat on that seat, right? It's more like this, kind of like, the pressure points are all over your butt, so your butt don't get sore with those beads. It's weird. I know they're hard, and Bodine's like, those are hard beads. They're going to hurt your butt. They don't, because they push into your seat, but they change the contour of your butt. Yeah, so the one day we did 160 miles without stopping. That was awesome. It's nice to put miles on there. Paul says okay, so I'm sorry, the 220 miles with the handlebars, they were good. So the handlebars were good. Still getting used to it. I mean, obviously it's like anything, right? So I'm still kind of getting used to the handlebars where your hands are. I could tell you when you put higher bars on your motorcycle, guys, you have more control over the motorcycle. You have to leaning. When you see this video I did coming up, probably might be a few weeks. I mean, I record a lot of content. But anyway, so the video I did the other day came out and I was recording and I was hitting bends. And if you just, you know how you push the bar to turn or you push, you know how that crap they tell you, right? But you touch this bar and I mean, the bike is leaning. I mean, I have a better lean angle now because I feel like I got more control over that motorcycle with those higher handlebars. It sounds weird. And as Chad says, when you go to turn slow speed, your arms are more cocked up, pushed out because of the fact that you're turning a bigger bar. Okay. So you're giving it more room than just like here, down below your fairing. So the other thing I noticed that being 12-inch mini apes is I'm getting a lot more wind on my hands. So I have to tell you how it is during the winter because you guys know I ride 12 months a year. So during the winter months, I'll have to figure that out and see. But with the heated gloves, it's not going to matter, of course. But if it's a cold morning, I've been getting 100,000 comments. Why didn't you put heated grips on that bike when you had the chance? You should have did heated grips. You're stupid. You should have did heated grips. And we were going to. Even Miss HDR said, why didn't you buy heated grips? I didn't because I have heated gloves. And I know, guys, on those cold mornings, it would be awesome to have it to turn it on. So, and I may, in fact, do that later. I can always add heated grips. Now that I know the workings of the handlebars, the Road Glide Ultra and the Road Glide Limited are wired in the cluster for your heated grips. You just drop them down through the handlebars and plug them in. And the other side, the throttle by wire side, you just plug the grip on and it's already pre-wired. So it's super easy to put heated grips in that bike. I didn't do it now, but maybe in the future if I see a need for that. So who knows? Hey, take care of there, Trucking. Good to see you in there, man. Sorry I didn't see you earlier. Jackie boy, good morning. Nice to have you in there. Yep, see, you got to listen to HDR talk about his butt. But you were saved because I didn't talk about Bodine 52's butt. Mr. HDR, do a review of seat cushions. Let's see here. Mr. HDR, very important this morning, Tri-Glide. Mr. HDR, do a review on cushions such as Airhawk, Wild Ass, etc. Or have you already done one? I have not. If you know of those companies and know anybody at those companies that want me to do reviews, by all means, have them send me some out, and I will be happy to do reviews on those. The seat beads themselves, like I told you in the video, I purchased those. So those aren't a product spot by any means. But when I buy something and I like it, I'm going to tell you guys about it. I'm going to share that information with everybody. I think everybody needs to know, that's what we do, right? As moto vloggers, content creators. Don't just wait until somebody gives you something to do a review on it. If you like it, well, what the heck, do the review, Let other people know that it's a good deal. So. All right, 9 Miles, good morning to you also. I didn't catch you in there, but it's nice to have you on board there this morning. And as I said, Truckin' Biker, nice to have you in there this morning. But anyway, so we're going to wrap up the show here at 9 o'clock. And we got to kind of get this off of here. See if there's any more comments hidden down here. Nope. And yeah, we're going to wrap the show up here at 9 o'clock this morning. But thanks, everybody, for joining me with Coffee with HDR. And good morning, Chuck. We have Wild Ass on our bikes, and it really helps. Can ride many more miles in comfort. That's what it's all about, guys. Buy whatever allows you to ride in comfort, right? Because I know Chad and his wife Debbie told me they bought the beads, and I'll give you an honest opinion for them. They didn't like them. They didn't feel that they were comfortable for them. Mrs. HDR absolutely loves it. She said, if these ever break, you will buy me a new set, because she absolutely loves these things. They work well. She didn't sweat the whole trip. We didn't get swamp ass the whole trip, which is very, very important. But there's that. But yeah, thanks everybody so much for taking the time out of your morning to spend with me here on Saturdays. I do appreciate it. I'm overwhelmed by how many people jump in here, and thank you. I will talk to you tomorrow night on the Fireside Chat with the boys. We're going to be on Bodine 52's channel at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's July 25th, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will have Moto Blonde on, and if you ever want to meet a super real, super awesome female motorcycle rider, I started watching her videos here, and this, a couple months ago, and this girl is just amazing. She does her own motorcycle work. She works on handlebars. She changes out air cleaners. She has a lift in her garage, guys. Okay, so this is the real deal of a female motorcycle rider that does all of her own work. So she's going to be great tomorrow. I can't wait to actually get to meet her online. So, all right, everybody, thank you very much for watching. And remember, ride your own ride. Be safe out there. HarleyDayRider will be down and out in the beautiful HDR Custom Dynamic Studio here in southwestern Pennsylvania. Good day, everybody. Ride safe, and we'll see you next week.